All right, you guys know the topic of this video. Everyone's talking about it. Preparing for 2025, setting the tone. This is gonna be my best year yet, right? Everyone is saying that, but how do you exactly do that? And there's no clear-cut answer for this, right? Everyone is different, so different things work for different people. But I'm just gonna explain exactly how I plan to make 2025 the best year yet for me. And it's a 4-step process, and I am going to walk you through exactly what I do. A little background about me: I am quite a planner. I like to have everything planned out. Not a big fan of unpredictability. I think that also has to do with a little bit of me being a control freak. I like being in control of things. So this plan is rather in-depth, and you don't have to do exactly what I'm doing, but I'm gonna share with you everything that I am doing so you can pick and choose what really works for you. And this is the process that I underwent for the past few days to prepare for 2025, which for me is tonight, because I'm in Thailand right now. So I'm ahead of most of the people that I follow who are in the US. But here's exactly what I'm doing. I am actually starting 2025 with a dopamine detox. So I make videos on Instagram, YouTube, and for the Instagram stuff, I'm pausing that completely. I'm doing this detox to reclaim my productivity, because for the longest time I've been spending way too much time on social media, scrolling. I've been not very productive in my days. I've been taking hella naps and stuff, but it's also a little bit of me recovering from last semester, and I'm here on vacation. But now that 2025 is coming, I want to really dial in and make this the most progressive year yet. So I'm starting the year off with a detox, and for the detox, I outlined everything that I need to do, right? And this includes what I'm cutting out. So for me, that's social media. So Instagram, I'm deactivating my account. Snapchat, deleting. Other social media apps I have, just deleting it. Except for YouTube, I'm gonna be active on the YouTube, because I use this platform for educational purposes, and this is my secret account that not many people know about. I have a vlog channel which I mainly post on, but I'm kinda letting that die out, I guess you could say. But main thing is I'm trying to cut out distractions as much as possible, turn my phone here into a dead phone, and really work on being present and developing myself, because a huge problem I have is with comparison. I compare myself to other entrepreneurs online that I see in my Instagram feed, other creators, and I feel bad about the progress I've made. So 2024 was one of my best years. I started training calisthenics. I got my first fitness clients. I got my first viral video, and I didn't mean to hit that. And I made my first $1,000 online. So I did decently well in 2024. However, I still feel like I could have done more, I could have done better, and I beat myself up over these wins that I had, which really, for me, are huge wins. I told myself they weren't enough, because online I saw all these other guys doing way better than me, making 50K a month, 100K a month, when I just made my first $1,000. So it's very easy to fall into this trap, and that's something that is going to help me avoid this comparison, is just cutting it out completely and being able to focus on my own progress, right? And then I outlined non-negotiables: no alcohol, work out 3 to 4 times a week, no self-pleasure stuff. You guys know what that is. You know, I've had a big problem with that. I could do another video on that completely, but I'm cutting that out. And no, what did I say? I think that's it. I journaled everything out, so I don't have it on me, but I just went through and wrote everything out. So those are my non-negotiables, and then I wrote what I'm going to focus on. And what I'm going to focus on is developing my skills. And what do I mean by developing my skills? Well, high income skills, specifically copywriting. I want to get better at copywriting, and I am going to read more. There's a lot of books that I have on my list that I would like to get more consistent in reading. I used to set a goal for 10 pages a day, and I stopped doing that. So now I want to get back into reading, because there's actually been a lot of value in some of the books that I've read already that I could not have learned from any other YouTube videos or courses or anything. Because also when I read it, I can draw my own conclusions from these books and not get the input of someone else and just assume their opinion, right? I can formulate my own opinion through these books. And that's what allows me to have a unique perspective on similar issues that other gurus and other guys are talking about. Not that I'm a guru, but I'm just saying that's the type of content I consume. And yeah, the main thing is I'm just going to be doing a detox, and I'm actually taking a gap semester. So the reason I'm doing a detox, so I can reclaim my productivity, and then I will go into essentially a monk mode for the next 7 months until I return for school in fall 2025. And that was a big spiel, but here are the 4 steps that I did already to prepare for 2025, to make this my best year yet. And that is to, number 1, reflect on 2024. Okay, so self-awareness is one of the first steps you can take to making a change, right? If you're not aware of an issue, you won't know it needs to be fixed. So I reflected on 2024, and I saw some patterns. I took note of what went well, what didn't go well, what obstacles I encountered, and why I encountered those obstacles, or how did I overcome them. And one of the main things for me was relationships, specifically romantic relationships. I struggle with this deeply, and it's definitely a part of my life I would like to develop. However, the effort that I put in does not output a similar level, so to speak. As in, I'm putting way more effort into these girls than they're putting into me, and that attention can be taken into somewhere else. And this is a pattern that I saw all throughout 2024. Find a girl, develop a crush, and she thinks I'm weird, and then we stop talking, and then I get sad, and then the cycle happens again, right? It doesn't happen too often, all right? I'm not a whore, guys, all right? I'm not a unrequited love whore. But it mostly stems from being a people pleaser and just being a huge simp in high school. And yeah, it's something I'm still working on. I would very much love to have a girlfriend, but it's not something you can force. So at the moment, I would just work on developing the things that I can control. And I wouldn't be able to come to that conclusion had I not done this reflection. So the next step, number 2, is to do a current life audit. This was huge for me. I literally noted out everything that I interact with and specific people, not even just writing people, community. I wrote out specific people's names and then wrote on a scale of 1 through 10 the effort that I put in and the perceived value I got out on a scale of 1 through 10. So, for example, there's this girl that I've been crushing on for since the beginning of the semester, beginning of last semester, okay? Just thinking about it, I really like this girl, okay? And she unfortunately doesn't feel the same way. So the way that I rated this was, and the effort was a 9, and the perceived value that I got out was a 10. It takes forever to respond. She's just, I'm not a priority for her. So what I got out was a 2. And I took note of that. So when you go through and analyze what you interact with. These can be specific people, this can be weightlifting, this can be your diet, this can be academics, specific activities you do. The more detailed these notes that you have, the better. So this is completely up to you how you want to do it. But once I went through and did this, I could see, okay, I'm putting in 9 for this girl and she's giving me a 2. How about I allocate some of that energy from the 9 and put that into something that I'm putting in a 2 for and getting out a 9. Okay, you see what I'm saying? You can allocate this energy that is essentially being wasted on this on this hopeless event. It pains me to say that, but you could move that energy into something like content creation or developing your business or whatever you want it to be. This life audit allows you to see through that and work through these things that you're interacting with to help you streamline your life. Because you need to understand, we have such little cognitive capacity. We're not good at multitasking. And if you have too many different things going on, oh, I want to run a business, I want to do content creation, I want to hang out with my friends, I'm still in school. You need to be able to make sure you allocate enough time for each task, right? So if you're trying to do a 9 for everything, it's very difficult and hard to maintain. But if you put your attention more to the ones that are yielding higher return and double down on those, that's when you'll see the most progress. So that's why that is so good. Okay, the number 3, I would just write out your goals you want to achieve for 2024. Write out what you want to accomplish for 2025. Sorry, messed that up. Write out what you want to accomplish for 2025. Oh, coconut water is so good. Sorry, a little sidetrack. I drink this so much. Anyway. Make sure you follow the SMART protocol. Okay, be specific. Make sure they're measurable. Make sure they're actionable. Make sure, holy crap, they're realistic. And they are, what's the last one? It's like timetable, if they're timeline, if they're tangible. Is that what? I don't even remember. Yo, you guys can look it up on Chrome, and just be like, what's the SMART protocol? All right, just make sure your goals are specific and make sure you can actually achieve them, right? So one of my goals is to be doing 10K a month before I return to school. There you go. That's one of my goals. That's a very common goal, very basic bitch, but you can do stuff like that, write them out. And the way that you want to do this is you want to work backwards. Have your goals. If you want to grow a Instagram account to 100,000 followers, what do you need to do within 9 months, within 6 months? What about within 3 months, week, day? What does that look like? Write those out. An example of this would be, your goal is to hit 100,000 Instagram followers for the year. Then at 6 months, you would need 50,000 followers. So if we're just doing it this way, right? Then every month you need to put out, 30 or so reels. Okay, then what does that look like? You need to post a reel every day. All right, what does that look like? Even more specifically, for daily action steps, you need to dedicate 2 hours to your content creation process. And now you have a daily action step, which is dedicating 2 hours every day to your content creation process and posting a reel every day. Daily action steps are what will help you stay accountable and consistent, because you have tasks to complete every day. All right, so just go from your overarching goal and then work backwards and turn those into actionable steps for you, right? And lastly, it's the most fun. It doesn't take that much time, but I really enjoy it. It's creating your vision board. So when you make your vision board, it's whatever you want it to be. There's no wrong way to make a vision board. I want you to just put on there things from maybe the last year that went really well and that you want to double down on. That could be connections with friends, with family. So I would put a picture with friends. I would put a picture with my family on there. You could also put down material things that you want. I want to buy a Rolex. I want my dream car. I would put my dream car on my vision board. I did. I put a McLaren 765 LT on my vision board because that is the car I want. Okay, I want a McLaren so bad. So I put stuff like that on there. But another thing is I want to invest more into myself. So I put books. I want to invest more in experiences because it's a realization I recently came to that I need to invest more into experiences. Even though I'm trying to build a $100 million company,
That's not.
it does have me work 8 hours a day or whatever, 8 to 12 hours. But some of this time can be used to experience new things in life, right? It's good to go outside. And it took me a while to realize that because I felt guilty doing it. For a while, I was like, damn, if I'm not working on my business, I'm slacking, right? I'll never get to where I want to be. But honestly, if you remove the time constraint of trying to be a millionaire this year, it's a lot more enjoyable. And you can invest more in the experiences and the connections you make along the way. And that's what I put on my vision board because that's what's important to me. And that is what I want to focus on going into 2025. Okay? So that's it for this video. And best of luck going into 2025. Yeah. I'm going to be posting a lot during my detox, so subscribe if you feel like it. Up to you. It doesn't change what I do. All right, take care.